It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trailblazers up against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. Looking back on the Trailblazers last year, they were a lot better than people expected them to be in the post-Aldridge era. What kept them so competitive when it should have been much more of a rebuilding season, Shaq?
Well, first of all, America, do not snub Damian Lillard again this year for the All-Star game. This guy has showed he can be a leader on the team, and that takes you to the next phase. You know, a lot of youth stepped up and performed real quicker than anticipated. This guy's been snubbed 2 years in a row, Kenny.
Our guy, Dame Dalla.
Can I use my old school? No.
Go ahead. Use your old school reporter voice to describe Damian Lillard.
Okay, let me see. Damian Lillard, I'll tell you, he's one heck of a guy. I'll tell you, one time he comes down the floor, he skips up to the light, skip to the left, skippity-doo-dah to the rim, and he scores. That is Dame Dalla. That's it. That's my last one for today.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, promises. That's it for now. We hope you'll tune in later, although if you don't, we understand why.
Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Portland playing for the home crowd again tonight. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
Oh, and they also took a few jabs, too. But as prolific as their offense was, there was no way they were going to be outscored in that one.
Before the action gets going here, let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mike D'Antoni. David, what's the news?
Well, Kevin, he acknowledged that the first meeting with his team did not go exactly the way he expected it to. It said they've identified a few areas of key adjustments that will ensure they don't drop a second straight game to this team. We'll find out if those fixes do the trick. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. And this is where you start to see the wear and tear of the season tickets toll, Brent. Players start getting tired legs and little injuries begin to crop up.
And this is where opportunities for guys who are a little bit deeper on the bench may crop up. And so the coach's job is to make sure that their confidence is there, that they're ready to go. And when called upon as a player, you're ready to deliver.
That's a good answer. Tip-off goes to Houston. Here's the starting group for Houston. Trevor Ariza out there with Anderson. Then there's Nene. Then it's back to Beverly, and it's Williams at the one spot.
Okay, two hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. McCollum outside. Lillard attacking. Some solid defense there by Nene. Beverly dishes to Williams. The kick out to Anderson. No good on the triple. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
And Beverly kicks to Nene. Nobody near Williams. And he's good on the three ball.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
If that three ball there is any indication, he's looking for his role to be a big one tonight, trying to get it going early.
A three from McCollum, hits it from three-point range. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defender does a good job of contesting there, but McCollum's skill set and focus, they win out.
Nene, the screen. Williams kicks to Nene. Puts the move on, and it's good on the way in.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Hey, paid attention in arts and crafts school right there. Didn't have to work very hard at all for that one.
Now here's McCollum. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New Orleans. Lillard against Williams. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carried the load for that team.
It was a big, big night for their bench, no doubt about it. When the backups were called on, they were ready. They never missed a beat with the second unit on the floor.
Now here's McCollum, following the miss by Trevor Ariza. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And no good, trying to use the glass.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
And there's the call on Lewis Williams. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Portland now, trailing by 2. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Here's Nurkic. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Houston the other way. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Ariza. Buries the long-range jumper. Ariza's got 5. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Pass to Harkless. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And there's the call on Lewis Williams. That's foul number 2 for him. Donald Sloan's checked in for Williams. Here's Lillard. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans. Aminu with the bucket. Aminu's got his second basket of the game.
That's a great look for Aminu, who has the athleticism and long arms to do damage inside.
And Sloan kicks to Beverly. Inside. And fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. And for a team with as much talent as the Rockets have had over the last few seasons, the results have been pretty mixed.
Yeah, and look at the club's recent rosters. I mean, they've been filled with a couple mega stars than everyone else. At some point, you have to look past all the individual stuff and make the commitment as a team to play for each other. Unselfish, fundamental basketball.
First free throw is good. Sloan hits them both.
And of the 6 NBA teams that don't share a market with another major sporting team, from baseball, football, or hockey, the Blazers have been around the longest. There's no question Portland is a basketball town. That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Houston in the lead. He dishes it to Beverly. He feeds it to Nene. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And the Blazers, an institution here certainly in Portland. The fans, Brent, passionate and invested in this team.
Well, if I had to pick a top 5 place as a player to play where you're embraced in the community and where they just want to see you succeed, the positivity surrounding Portland is at the top of the list.
And the first one drops. Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And when you look at the Rockets, I mean, plenty of offense. But last year, there was a huge drop-off defensively. And given this team's lofty goals, that really flies right in the face of that old adage, defense wins championships.
Now, here's Ariza following the shot by Ed Davis. Nene kicks to Beverly. Shoots from 12. Not enough on that one as it misses. Trailblazers trail by 3. And talking about how the Rockets are structured, they do have some players on the roster, Greg, who can play defense. It's a wonder they've been so bad at that end.
I mean, the problem with defense, though, Kevin, is that it takes all 5 guys to buy in. You have to have a level of trust on the floor, and that happens for the Rockets only once in a while, which is why they give up an insane number of points to their opponents.
Now, here's Beverly. After the miss from Damian Lillard, here's Nene, and Nene slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Buries it from 3-point range.
And you can see one thing about Lillard, he does not need much time or space to get a quality shot off.
Here's Sloan, covered by Lillard. The shot by Nene, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
It's tipped. And Beverly kicks to Nene. It's stolen by Davis. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Down low and close. Here's Anderson. Aminu grabs the miss.
Well, the defense ready for him there in prevent mode, making sure that he didn't get a clean look at that layup.
And the basket by McCollum.
Great fundamentals and mechanics on the catch and shoot. McCollum needs just the tiniest bit of space to get that release off.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And Al-Farouq Aminu definitely a fit with this Blazer team as they move towards the younger players. He is just 26 years of age. He is a high-energy glue guy and has proven his worth at that position.
And you look at Aminu, he brings some versatility. He can play the 3, but he also can step over to the 4 spot if needed.
Oh, yeah, he can rebound and block shots like a power forward at times, and he can defend inside and on the perimeter. What a switchblade for their coaching staff.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Trailblazers.
And we see the central role that long-range shooting played for them offensively. One of the top teams in the league when it came to taking and making the triple.
Houston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Here's Sloan. He had 10 points in the win against the Kings in Sacramento. The Rockets again can't hit. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
2 things I love about C.J. McCollum is his size and his pace of play. A great shooter with good range. He can handle the ball, so at times when you want Lillard off the ball, C.J. McCollum becomes your point guard. And I'll tell you what, at 6'4", he never plays panicked, whether he's at the 1 or the 2.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And when you talk, Brent, about McCollum's 6'4" stature, the questions seem to arise for him at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I don't know if he's undersized at 6'4" for a shooting guard, but he is a bit of a tweener and has that slight frame. But he has shown as much as he brings to the table offensively, he can use that acumen on defense and improve on that end of the floor.
And this Blazers team built around pick and roll offense.
Well, Lillard out on the pick and roll is just so devastating, not only in driving the ball, but his continued proficiency from the 3-point line. But last year, I think C.J. McCollum surprised a lot of fans, maybe not a lot of coaches, but a lot of fans with his ability to play the combo guard spot, hit floaters, and be a consistent second scorer.
Here's Sloan. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Well, we can't say enough about the passing of this group lately. The leading setup men among the league's 2 guards over the past 10 games. You look at Beverly, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved. And, of course, C.J. McCollum.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it truly is. You need to have scoring from that off-guard position, but with the way the point guards score nowadays, a ball mover is certainly an asset. And with the way those guys spread the ball around, that's what you get. Well, the Blazers signing Al-Farouq Aminu going into the last season for 4 years and $30 million looks like money well spent. For the first time in his career, he shot the ball respectably from the three-point line. That was definitely one of the big knocks in his game, but a tireless worker on the defensive end for Portland.
And, Brent, you talk about Aminu's three-point shooting. That was a big part of his scoring, almost half of his shots coming from beyond the arc.
Well, when you play alongside 2 prolific scoring guards, you're going to get a lot of opportunities, feet set from the three-point line. So the 3-and-D role player was something that he played to the hilt.
He hits the second from the line.
Becoming more of a factor these days on the offensive end. Aminu, once the 8th overall player taken in the draft, getting to the line a little more often.
Here's Sloan. Right side, Gordon. Trying to find Capella. Gets it to him. Brent, which coaches do you think run the best offenses in the NBA right now?
Watching Portland last year with Lillard and the incredible consistency of C.J. McCollum in really his first extended role as a starter has a lot of attention focused on Terry Stotts. Offensively putting guys in great spots last year, mostly predicated on the play from his 2 guards.
That's good from Capella.
Well, Coach Terry Stotts was on the staff back in 2011 when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA title. Before that, head coaching stints both in Atlanta and Milwaukee, just getting better and better. And you can see the way his teams respond to his coaching ability.
Myers Leonard, who's checked in for Portland. And he makes both free throws. Here's Napier. Pass to Turner. But they recover it. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Davis has got his first basket of the night. Rockets trail by 4. And Terry Stotts, a Coach of the Year candidate for the last few seasons, the head man up in Portland. You see a lot of coaching turnover in the league, but he's built some equity in Portland with the Blazers.
Well, not only did he have success with a team that a lot of people thought was going to be together for a long time, a radical shift in their player personnel you would think would take a coach out of their situation. It didn't. It actually reinforced how good a coach Terry Stotts is. And it'll be interesting to see how far he can push these guys with Lillard and McCollum in that backcourt.
He's off on the first. And Brent, you played at Oregon State in Corvallis, a couple hours away. What was your experience like living around here?
Well, pretty amazing to watch the Trailblazers while I was a collegiate player, Kevin, and to see the likes of Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Kevin Duckworth, Buck Williams, an amazing group that made some deep runs into the playoffs, even appearing in the finals against the Pistons.
Second free throw, no good. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Turner, and it's slammed in by Turner.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now here's Turner, coming in off a 12-point game, his last outing. Kicks to Davis. Davis sets a screen. Napier out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Capella. He's been dominant over the last month. 8th in rebounding, 14th in blocks. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
Outside Gordon to the right side. Harrell dishes to Capella. Now here's Harrell. He's covered by Leonard. 6 to shoot. Here's Gordon. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
Portland shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Davis.
And the 13th pick in the 2010 NBA draft, Davis has already been with a number of teams in his young career.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And for a long time, the word on Ed Davis was that he had a center's game and a power forward's body. Brent, as he's added muscle, he's a pretty good fit in the middle.
Well, he can block shots and he can get some steals, and he's really upped his rebounding over the last few seasons. He gets it done on both ends, Kevin, and if you look at the numbers, he's one of the more effective centers in the league.
Portland with the ball after Sam Decker's miss. Napier passes to Davis. Outside Turner. A floater. Rockets with the rebound. To the middle. Leonard with the steal. Right side Turner. Turner missing again.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
They get it again. And it's Gordon missing.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Now here's Capella after the miss from Evan Turner. Decker kicks to Capella. Kicks it out to Gordon. Turner with the steal. .135 left in the first quarter. And it's Leonard missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Gordon for 3. That doesn't go either for Gordon. Trailblazers leading by 3.
Come to me.
Grab dishes to Davis. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gordon, the pass to Sloan. 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Capella. Just 4 to shoot. Shot to end this cold run, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Turner kicks to Crabbe. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Gordon dishes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Turner with it. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Davis sets a screen. Turner passes to Napier. Let's go. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Control the glass, and you control the pace, and you get those extra possessions, which are huge.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Lillard and McCollum, the explosive backcourt pair. Harkless is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Nene, the screen. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
The pick definitely could have been better, didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
And Trevor Ariza, one of the more consistent 3-and-D wings. Seems like he puts up pretty much the same numbers, Greg, every season.
Yeah, Kevin, a little bit of what you see is what you get. The difference I saw in him last year, though, although subtle, was the dip in number of assists and rebounds. And one thing Ariza has to guard against is getting too comfortable floating to that three-point line.
Now, here's Ariza, following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Anderson can't get it to go. Nice break. Here come the Trailblazers. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Beverly. Williams has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard against Williams. The pass to Harkless. McCollum left side. Back to Aminu. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Aminu's got it all tied up now for Portland.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Williams against Lillard. Williams kicks to Anderson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And you look back, and some players haven't really loved playing in the Northwest. You might include LaMarcus Aldridge in that category, but Damian Lillard certainly has embraced it.
Well, if it couldn't be Oakland for the hometown Warriors, Damian Lillard enjoying his time in the Pacific Northwest. He seems like one of those guys just not drawn to the bright lights and glitz and glamour of the league. He wants to get down to business and get to work. Plays with a chip on his shoulder coming out of Weber State. He doesn't mind that small town atmosphere and those incredible fans the Blazers have had for years.
And Nene with the stuff. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Nurkic a screen on Beverly. McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Brent, one thing you have to like about Jusuf Nurkic is that he plays with some edge to his game. I remember a moment where he scored on a defender, felt they tried to flop, and then handed the ball to them as they laid on the ground.
I love the confidence that he shows. He's a space eater, and he clogs up the lane, and then sometimes he just shows you he's got deft touch and soft hands, so some untapped potential as he gets better.
That one misses. You played for, what was it, 6 different teams over your terrific career. We're seeing less and less players remain on the same team for their entire career. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the game of basketball?
I think it's a thing that just can't be avoided nowadays with the way the contracts and free agency are set up and the way the teams like to maneuver around. One of the things, Kevin, I think that's taken effect is a quick trigger from a lot of the younger owners that the NBA has where they don't have immediate success. They're not willing to go the patient route and wait for guys to develop, wait for guys to see their talent and come to fruition with the team that they're with. And so you'll continue to see plenty of player movement as the league moves on. Well, he's the last guy you want to leave open there, but somehow he didn't knock it down.
Williams passes to Ariza. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Portland trailing here. The feed now to Harkless. Aminu with the screen for Harkless. McCollum outside to the paint. Here's Nurkic. Now the dish to McCollum. Clock is at 3. Nurkic setting the pick for McCollum. Portland again missing.
He's not picking his spots out there right now, at least not well. He's forcing low percentage opportunities, and it's no surprise the frustration right there on his face.
Now here's Harkless. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Nurkic a screen on Ariza. A 3 from McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Williams against Lillard. Williams kicks to Nene. To the inside. It's stolen by Aminu. Out in his own on the break. Finished off the break. Aminu's got it all tied up now for Portland.
Most of his drives are made because of the quick first step, Aminu being very aggressive.
Lillard against Williams. He kicks to Beverly. Dishes it to Ariza. Just 5 on the clock. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake.
After hitting a 3 in the first quarter, he's gone cold from the perimeter during this one.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Feeds it to McCollum. To the middle. It's stolen by Ariza. And here's the break. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, good job to take it right after him.
And for a guy with a slight frame, Lou Williams can be one of the most aggressive players in the NBA, especially when driving to the basket.
And Kevin, I call it, he's a professional scorer.
Yes.
He can get streaky hot from beyond the arc, so you have to stay up on him. He puts the ball on the deck and uses his quickness to get past you. You almost always have to foul him to prevent him from getting to the basket, and he shoots a high percentage from the line.
Both free throws good for Williams. And so here's Portland. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
With the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge to San Antonio, there's no question who Portland's franchise player is now. Damian Lillard, who said, "I am." People say he's not a franchise player, but I didn't make that decision. The franchise did. The It's more than being the best player, especially with a young team. You're the example, and the standard is here. Kevin, he doesn't shy away from that responsibility.
No, he's built for it, D.A. Thanks. Trailblazers have gone 5-12 from the field here in the second. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Houston's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Pass to Nene. And Nene slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And a former most improved player, Ryan Anderson, led the Pac-10 in scoring back at Cal Berkeley in his sophomore season. Truly a golden bear.
And Ryan Anderson led his high school, Oak Ridge, to a Division II state title.
Well, Ryan Anderson seems to be one of those guys who's just a grinder, not getting tons of national publicity and then bursting on the scene. And that scene happens to be the NBA.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Aminu. Turner comes in for Harkless. Alan Crabb, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Napier in for Damian Lillard. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Harrell comes in for Ryan Anderson. Sam Decker's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Napier. Screen by Nurkic. Turner dishes to Napier. Portland no good that time either. The Rockets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Right side, Gordon. And the dunk by Capella.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
Well, especially when the game is this close, you recognize with your instincts the opportunity to help your team out. Just never flinched.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Davis is checked in. He dishes it to Leonard. 5 to shoot. Napier. The Trailblazers rebound. He feeds it to Turner. To the middle. To the right side. Leonard, the pass to Crabb. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Outside Williams. Decker with it. He's against Turner. Decker can't hit. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. The shot by Turner no good. For Houston, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Here's Decker. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
And it's Napier missing.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
There's Decker. From outside, off the mark.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Passes to Napier. Out to the right wing. Leonard, that's for 2. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Rockets leading by 4. Gordon kicks to Williams. And the rejection by Leonard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. In third, the Rockets. fifth best, the Trailblazers.
Both of these clubs love to play up-tempo. That's how they win. These are the games that fans love because of the non-stop action.
Here's Napier. Now Turner. Kicks it to Leonard. Davis dishes to Napier. Davis with a screen on Williams. And it's Napier missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Shoots from 12. It's rebounded by Houston.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
It's Williams with the drive. Harrell. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his third rebound on the night. And Turner kicks to Napier. And stolen by Harrell. And stolen by Cram. Leonard with the bucket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Now here's Williams. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento. An easy 2 points on the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for Houston.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
And Turner kicks to Crabb. Back to Turner. From the baseline. Count that one. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Outside Williams. Pass to Harrell. And there's the feed to Decker. Harrell dishes to Decker. Houston moving it around. Clock at 6. Capella, the pass to Decker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Rockets have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And the first one at the line is good.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
Donald Sloan's checked in for the Rockets. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Trailblazers trail by 5. Crabb. No good on the 3. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
In the corner, it's Gordon. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
A terrific play by Eric Gordon to force the issue there and get the defense to overcommit on the jump shot.
For Houston, they have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line. And he makes the first. Free throws good from Eric Gordon.
And right there, you can see the time that's put in at the free throw stripe.
Here's Napier. Outside Turner. He's looking for Crabb and finds him. And there it is for him. Crabb's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, 6'6", height-wise, 7 foot on the wingspan. Crabb can get off shots inside that most guards simply can't.
Here's Sloan. There's the pick with 1 on the clock. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rockets ahead, up by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, it's been a grinded-out game. What have you seen from your team so far?
Well, we're competing. You know, neither team's really shooting the ball that well, but both teams are playing hard.
Energy always leads to good results. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they've been pounding. I mean, pounding it in the paint. Not just taking the first three-pointer when it came across. That keeps the defense on its toes.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, they're getting beat up on boards. Smack them around, smack them around. And you know the coach is unhappy about it, because I'm unhappy about it, Ernie. I'm sure he's in the locker room right now saying, hey, we can bounce back in the second half. You need to dig deep, show some pride.
And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game.
Welcome back. Downtown Portland looking spectacular tonight from the air. Such a scenic location here in Oregon. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Well, if you look at his shot chart, everything he's done has been in that painted area, so hyper-aggressive on offense.
Trailblazers trail by 5, and so in the game for the Rockets. They've got Trevor Ariza, Patrick Beverly out there with Williams. Then there's Ryan Anderson. Then it's Nene, and at the 5, roaming the paint.
Yeah, it's hard to hold Nurkic up. As soon as he gets that deep inside, he is more than capable of knocking down shots consistently. And embracing his role as the Blazers' foundation moving forward, Damian Lillard has the skill and the character to take that role. He's a lead by example type of guy, but he's got a quiet confidence, and he's inclusive of his teammates. That's what makes him special.
Here is Lillard after Lou Williams was able to get the 3 to go. Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
Well, I think a big issue for him right now is his performance from the mid-range. Just nothing seems easy for him at the moment, and it's resulted in a lot of missed opportunities for himself and his team when he's taking that shot.
And here's Beverly. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Anderson, and Anderson slams it in.
Well, Anderson does a great job angling himself on that pick and roll, so the body sets up the shot.
Trailblazers trail by 8. McCollum kicks to Lillard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lillard's got 11 points.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And Anderson has it in the corner. Inside. And Nene with the stuff. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Screen by Nurkic. Nobody near Lillard. Offensive rebound. Rockets leading by 8. To the inside. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Williams. 6 points for him.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, nice hustle from Nurkic to come up with the board and the bucket.
McCollum against Beverly. And Anderson has it in the corner. Back to Beverly. And he uses the glass on the layup. Beverly's got the lead up to 10 now for Houston.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Start it.
Brent, you've been traded one time in your career. How jarring of an experience is that to leave one team that you may like and go to another that you weren't expecting?
It's a very strange situation to be called into an office and have your coach tell you you've been traded. You start to have a bit of an out-of-body experience, especially if you're in the younger, early stages of your career, because you always assume that you're going to stay where you are. You hear the kids on draft night talking about, I can't wait to move to the city and we're going to get these things set up. And in the blink of an eye, that all comes to an abrupt business-like end.
So what was your trade? Who told you and where'd you go?
I was traded from the Clippers to the Miami Heat, and I was actually in the training room at the time. And that game, the Clippers were actually playing the Heat in L.A. that game. So I had to get out of the training room, go pack some bags, go take a physical, and fly to Miami while the team was still on the road. And so it was a very odd experience living in a hotel for a while, starting to assimilate all the new nomenclature for the offenses, getting to know the teammates, and then preparing yourself for what is going to be a couple of months left in the season with a bunch of new guys that you didn't go to training camp with.
Here's Beverly, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Anderson, and finished off by Anderson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
And looking now at the numbers for Lillard, he's been in good form here the last few weeks. 6th in free throw percentage, 16th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
Williams against Lillard. Outside Williams. There's the pass to Anderson. Shot clock at 5. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Well, he had a jump on it, had a chance to make the play, just could not steal the deal.
Now here's Anderson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Well, it's a big bonus when you get effective outside shooting from your big men like these guys over the past 10 games. 4th, Ryan Anderson.
And the value of having a big man who can do what these guys can is that they draw bigger defenders out of the paint. You have to stay with them wherever they go.
Yep, and once you do that, you're going to open up the lane. And with the threat those guys pose on the perimeter, an opposing defense has no way to deal with that.
The 9-foot shot. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And some of that discrepancy is due to better shot selection. It's really that simple. But I also think they've made more contested shots.
McCollum, no good.
Yeah, so far he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's Lillard missing.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Portland no good that time either.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, DA. Thank you. Here's Beverly following the score by Damian Lillard. The dish now to Williams. And another three for Houston.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Nurkic, a screen on Beverly. Beverly against McCollum. Lillard outside. Lillard again missing. Houston leading by 17. Williams can't hit. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Down low. Here's Nurkic. Plays it up and banks it in. Nurkic has got 7 points in the game.
Oh, nicely done. Finding good opportunities inside. Priority one.
Now here's Williams. He's got 17. Here's Beverly. Off the mark and a bad shot there. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu.
And really a trend-setting three-point shooting big man. Ryan Anderson led the NBA in three-pointers made back in 2011-2012. Came in second a year later. The game right now, tailor-made for Ryan Anderson.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And with Ryan Anderson's height and his quick release, it's awfully tough for defenders to affect that shot.
Yeah, he gets on balance really quickly, setting up his feet, and can come off of screens and spot up as well. You know, one aspect of his game too, Kevin, is he can post up smaller defenders and also score from down low.
Turner's checked in for Harkless. And both free throws good for Anderson.
And Ryan Anderson loves to get himself to the free throw line. He is a dead-eye shooter from pretty much everywhere on the floor.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, some of that right now might be a lack of toughness, but you can't combine that with laziness. Guys are not crashing down and closing off those driving lanes.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
Houston making a switch here. Decker's checked in. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Trailblazers. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the third best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Rockets, 2 games back.
And, you know, Houston, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
Yeah, with the quality of a lot of teams they're now staring up at, it's going to be difficult for them to bounce back from this kind of start and make a huge climb up the standings. Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
And Sloan kicks to Gordon. From the corner. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. That's a 2 from Lillard. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Lillard's got 15.
Well, more and more Lillard's about running this team, taking shots within the flow of the offense, and then he puts up an insane number of points.
Now here's Decker. He has 5. Gordon kicks to Decker, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Gordon. Averaging 15 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Myers Leonard comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Krabs checked in for McCollum, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Lillard. Here's Napier after Eric Gordon's bucket. Dishes it to Crabbe. Shoots from the block. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got 11 rebounds in the game. Left side Ariza. Turner with the steal. Here's Napier. That's tipped. They get it back. No good on that one. And it's Houston the other way. Ariza dishes to Sloan. 17-foot shot on the way. Offensive rebound. Capella. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Three trips to the line so far for him in this one.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he misses all 3. And you often see players talking with an official after a call or an on-call. Were you ever able to make headway with the ref by talking to them after a play, whether you agreed, disagreed, or whatever?
Well, the biggest part about it, Kevin, it's all about your approach. So if you walk up to the referees and you're kind and you're courteous, they're going to listen to what it is that you have to say. So it's all about your timing and your approach with the officials to point out something that may be happening in the game or a trend that you see in the early part of the game, just to draw their attention to some of that action during the course of a period.
Did coaches always make players aware of who is officiating and what to look for?
I really never had a coach in a pregame meeting, Kevin, come in and mention the officials who were reffing that game that night. Never happened in my career.
Free throw drops for Ariza. Ariza hits them both. Trailblazers trail by 15. Here's Napier. Stolen. On the wing, Eric Gordon. He's guarded by Cram. The shot's good.
Nice change of speed from Gordon on the drive to the hoop. Love that aggressiveness.
To the inside. Grab the pass to Leonard. They get it back. Rockets leading by 17. Turner with the steal. On the wing, Turner. There's the 3. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 3rd assist on the night. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Houston moving it around. Gordon kicks to Capella. Now, here's Decker. Not a lot of room. And the foul called on Myers-Leonard. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Harrell, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Harrell dishes to Capella. And Sloan kicks to Decker. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Harrell. And a miss there on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Turner can't get that one to fall.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Leonard with the steal. Here's Crabb. Sinks the triple. Crabb's got 9 points.
His shooting percentage is really outstanding tonight, and his team has needed it big time.
And Sloan kicks to Gordon. And stolen by Cram. Here's Napier. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Napier's got his first bucket of the night. Rockets leading by 9. And Sloan kicks to Decker. To the inside. Kicks it out to Gordon. Evan Turner grabs the board. Trailblazers shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. That one falls. Turner's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Sloan passes to Decker. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
One shot.
That free throw good from Decker. Trailblazers trail by 10. Outside Turner. In the corner, Napier with it. A three-pointer off the mark.
His offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
While we've got a moment, let's now take a look at the teams that have the most second chance points on the season. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
That free throw good from Decker. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, Ed Davis had a father who played in the NBA for 10 years. That does not mean that he did not work hard to get to this position. Bounced around early on in his career and buried in Memphis despite putting up good numbers when he had the chance. Nice to see him flourish in Portland.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Out to the right wing. Davis sets a screen. Here's Napier. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after him. And Sloan kicks to Harrell. Here's Decker. No good.
And though he's always had the range, Leonard has become a better defender just by adding some strength over the years.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets lead by 13. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Houston leading by 13. Lillard and McCollum, the explosive backcourt pair. Nurkic is out there with Aminu, and it's Harkless in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. The shot, no good. The Trailblazers shooting about 35% from the floor, not much falling for them. And here's McCollum for three, but they'll get another chance. From downtown, offensive rebound. Hits, got that one from Nurkic.
Yeah, getting after it right now. You love the passion and desire on that play. Excellent rebound, and then the stick back.
Sloan dishes to Anderson. Nene, the pass to Beverly. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Rockets lead by 14.
3-point shooting since the half. has been about as good as you could ask for.
And here's McCollum for three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Nene against Nurkic. Nene kicks to Beverly. Puts one up from 19. Wow, way off on that. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Nurkic a screen on Beverly, and it's McCollum off the drive. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Houston Rockets.
You could tell that Nurkic was looking to get the foul on that shot, and he got the job done. You see Nurkic out there, as skilled as he is, still the thing that baffles you is his size. A legit 7-footer. He weighs 280, depending on what he had for dinner. But he's got great skill, and they're still exploring it in Denver.
And thinking about Nurkic and his size, Brent, he definitely doesn't fit the spot-up Euro big man profile we've seen.
No, he's one of those guys who enjoys the contact, and anytime he can get it, he'll be in there. Can spot up with the jump shot if he needs that. He likes to throw his weight around on the inside, and he does. He makes the most of his size.
We're just over 1.5 minutes now into the fourth.
Hey, who's watching them?
Lillard against Williams. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Lillard kicks to Harkless. Here's Nurkic. Some solid defense there by Nene. Rockets leading by 12. Pass to Ariza. Houston moving it around. Anderson the screen. Back to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Lillard. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
This is one of his specialties. Look out when he gets it going from behind the arc. Left alone there for a second. That's just enough for Lillard.
Beverly dishes to Anderson. Count it. Anderson's got 14 points here in the second half.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Thanks, David.
He needs to be more patient on offense and not force shots like that. The D was right up in his face there.
On the wing, Williams. Covered by Lillard. Nene, the pass to Beverly. And the miss, not the best shot selection there. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Aminu. Off on the layup.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
Now here's Beverly. Anderson wide open. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Inside, here's Aminu. The slam dunk by Aminu.
More and more, Damian Lillard becoming that dangerous playmaker. Does a great job there finding the open man.
Williams gets to Ariza. Here's Nene. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And that one falls for Nene. Trailblazers trail by 12. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Anderson with the block. Beverly against McCollum. Beverly dishes to Ariza. He kicks it to Anderson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Anderson's got 16 here in the second half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
It's so difficult not to foul Lillard. He has so many tricks up his sleeve, and you never know exactly how to shade him defensively.
Shooting for Portland, Damian Lillard. Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, if there's a Rubik's Cube of scoring in the league, Lillard has figured it out, including getting to the free throw line.
Beverly with the ball. Nene outside to the paint. Here's Anderson, and Anderson slams it in.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Nurkic a screen on Beverly. Here's McCollum. And much like Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum was lightly recruited coming out of high school. Ended up playing, in fact, in a mid-major college, Lehigh University.
Well, he not only started there, he starred there right away. He introduced himself to the nation in March of 2012 with a 30-point performance, stunning Duke in the collegiate postseason tournament. A 15 seed knocking off a 2. That'll draw some attention.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And a little strange for such an exceptional outside shooter. McCollum has been just okay at the free throw line in his young career. That will improve.
McCollum against Beverly. He dishes it to Williams. From 18 feet away, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Harkless kicks to Aminu. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Williams. He feeds it to Beverly. Back to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Trailblazers trail by 12. Here's McCollum. And the rebound goes to Nene. Beverly, the pass to Anderson. Wasted no time on that one. Anderson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lillard dishes to Aminu. And Aminu slams it in.
Well, that athleticism as a combo forward, Aminu doing his best work at the rim.
Rockets leading by 12. Now Beverly passes it to Nene. Ariza outside. Down low. Here's Anderson. shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Anderson's got 24 points. And here's McCollum. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Yeah, and as many times as you see it, you never get used to seeing a player have to come out with injury.
And you have to feel for the guy right here. You can see that look of frustration on his face.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Turner comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Alan Crabb in for C.J. McCollum. It's good. And that's now 11 points for Evan Turner.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Now here's Ariza. Outside Gordon. And some nice passing there by Houston. Ariza no up. Trailblazers trail by 10. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Nurkic has got 13 points in the second half. Rockets have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And it's Ariza in the corner. Back to Williams. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Trailblazers trail by 10. Outside Turner. That's a 2 from Lillard. And the rebound goes to Nene. Nene's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And finished off by Anderson.
Anderson extremely focused on the offensive end here tonight, taking great shots and mostly finding the net.
Now here's Lillard. The baseline J. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
Well, Eric Gordon coming off that big contract which ended last season. Injuries have just plagued his entire career. Still trying to find a season where he can play all 82 games.
And the first one drops. And Eric Gordon, a good outside shooter. Not quite as explosive as he once was, though, getting to the rim.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. He's lost a little bit of that burst. Of course, at 6'4", he gives up a little bit of height at the shooting guard position, but still effective in scoring the ball.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Williams kicks to Anderson. Back to Williams. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Turner. Here's Crabb. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Turner's got 3 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 7. Outside Williams. Kicks to Gordon. Outside Williams. Lillard with the block. They get it back. Just 4 to shoot. And it's Gordon missing. Portland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Now, here's Lillard. Screen by Nurkic. Here's Crabbe. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Free throw, good, Anderson. Napier, who's checked in for the Trailblazers. Both free throws good from Anderson.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Napier. To the paint. Here's Aminu. Good. And it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, there's the combined strength and athleticism of Aminu, able to finish through contact.
Lillard against Williams. Left side Anderson. Back to Williams. Ariza outside. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
This is one of those slumps that you'll just probably want to shoot your way out of.
Now here's Turner. It's stolen by Ariza. Here's Gordon. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Rockets lead by 9.
And the defense knows what Eric Gordon can do, but still got it to fall over their outstretched arms.
And Nurkic gets it to go.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Absolutely not. Bottom line is the D has to do everything it can to prevent him from getting that deep.
Now here's Williams. There's the feed to Gordon. The pass to Nene. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. So for the Trailblazers, Reese Harkless comes in for Turner. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Shabazz Napier. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Gordon. So both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Portland's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the 4th. Pass to Connaughton, to the middle, Nurkic, and he uses the glass on the layup.
You could see that the D wanted to block the shot, but they didn't. Nurkic schooled him there.
And Beverly kicks to Williams. 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Beverly wide open. That one wide left.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yep, way too late for a comeback at this point.
Nails it!
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
At the line, Patrick Beverly.
It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Was short on those free throws, extending that lead and making it comfortable.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Still got to finish strong, though. Play with a bit of pride.
.23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Napier missing. Here's Houston now. Here's Sloan. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Ryan, it was a great night of shooting for you. What does it mean to you that your teammates have the confidence to get you the ball when you're in position to score?
They have a ton of confidence in me. Even if I'm missing them, they want me to keep shooting because a lot of times I'm open. So, you know, my teammates do a great job of finding me. I got to just keep shooting. I mean, that's what shooters should do. You know, you can't lose confidence in your shot. You just have to be ready and focused and just shoot the next one and hopefully it goes in.
Yeah, the next one's always going in, right? Thanks very much, Ryan. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Ryan Anderson. I'll tell you what, his season high in points powered everything they did. Clearly, he was the catalyst tonight as they come away with the well-deserved W.
Well, he just couldn't be stopped out there. Easily the best player on the court tonight. It wasn't just talent, he was the aggressor.
Reminds me of myself. His field goal percentage was all the way up in the 60s. Not that I like talking about myself, but it was a very steady night for him. You don't shoot well without working hard, and he never stopped battling to get the best look possible. Smart, efficient basketball he was playing. Thanks for showing me.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.